All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's weekly Everyman crossword. Let's see what Everyman has for us this week. Principally, oh, looks like we're getting the principally clue early this week. Revere a saint, that's rejected Russian despot. Well, we take the first letter of the words R-A-S-T, and then rejected, meaning reverse it, and we get a SAR. All right, let's try the down. Went both sides of alders, sprayed with DDT. Well, both sides of alders might be the A and the S, but I'm thinking alders is 6 letters. If that's sprayed or anagrammed along with DDT, is it part of the anagram? That's 3 Ds. Could that be right? And it's going to mean went both sides. What's went both sides? Shudder to think. Yeah, it would have to be an ED word. And then we're probably going to have a double D, or we're going to have a T, TRL. Alders is 6 plus DDT. Oh, straddled, I think. Yes, of course, straddled going both sides. Cricket score, coming at no cost, go wild. Well, a cricket score would be a run. So run, and yeah, at no cost, run free, I think. Let's go back to the acrosses. Every man alternately canny and stingy. Well, every man referring to himself as me or I. And the alternate letters of canny, either CNY, I know if it's ME, then the A and the N. And if you're stingy, you're mean. Dreamboat didn't follow directions, you say. You say sounds like a homophone. Yeah, but then is the definition dreamboat? I wonder if that's a playful definition. Dreamboat. I mean, what's the first word going to be? My? It could be MS, I think, isn't a prefix for ship names like SS, the MS. Dreamboat. Didn't follow directions, you say. No, I don't get it. Kindle crime. All right, I think this must be arson. So just a cryptic definition. Thing or have a thing. I'm wondering about object could be a thing, but how is that? Or have a thing? No, I don't see it. Crossword setters, stock in trade, con game. Yeah, I don't get that. All right. Return ball dressed after alterations for philosopher. I'm thinking it's going to be the name of a philosopher. Oh, Bertrand Russell. And I think it must be an anagram of return ball dress. Bertrand Russell, there we go. Relaxed educator spending time somewhere in South America, well, S America. I'm thinking somewhere in South America would be Ecuador. And yeah, so educator has 8 letters, but if we spend or remove the T for time, and then we relax the letters or anagram them, we get Ecuador. Grand, skipping starter of zest and truffle mixture. Yeah, again, I think we're going to remove the starter of zest, the Z. Is there such a thing as truffle mixture? I mean, that sounds like an anagram too. But we have an N, which is not part of truffle. All right, slurred, let's did it, being most tipsy. All right, let's did it has 9 letters, so I think it must be an anagram of that, slurred telling us to anagram. And most tipsy, I think it's going to be tiddliest. I've certainly heard of being tiddly, so I suppose one person might be the tiddliest. All right, this dreamboat then, maybe you say it's an exclamation like my word, but didn't follow directions. I'm going to pause and ponder that again. Yeah, so I don't know how it just occurred to me that the 2 letter may not be an actual word. I don't know if there should be some sort of a indication like 2 full stop to show that it's an abbreviation. But anyway, Mr. Right might be a dreamboat. And it sounds like you missed a right turn. You didn't follow directions. Oh, this does look like object. Or haveth. I think maybe if you object, you have something, have a thing against. I'm not exactly sure how that's working, but let's go along with that. And now our crossword setters stock in trade, clue, cluing, and then a con game. Yeah, don't see it. How about obese superheroes sidekicks? Getting letters from many. Well, obese might be round. Superheroes sidekick apostrophe S would be Robin S. And round robins are letters that I'm not exactly sure. I think you just pass it on to someone else. Is that how they work? Wronged, then can't men appeal? Well, then can't men is 11 letters, and if that is wronged or anagrammed, I think we're going to get a word for appeal. I think it might be the appeal that somebody has for someone else. I'm thinking enchantment, not exactly the same as appeal, but what can you do? Oh, there is such a thing as truffle mixture. I know I've had chocolates that have a ganache filling. I suppose I didn't actually appreciate what that meant. So grand is the letter G. Zest is panache. So it's not missing a Z. It's just another word for zest. Mine, its initial. All right. Yeah, what is this con game? Oh, maybe it's... yes. So the crossword setter definitely has a clue. And if you con somebody, you might do them out of their money. And a game is Cluedo, which for some reason is known in the US as Clue. Hence the film version was called Clue. Anyway, I'm next to Charlie. Hurrah. I'm next to... Well, Charlie can be C. But hurrah. Maybe I'm next is the definition. Yeah, I don't see it. Could be a word for hurrah. Bravo, maybe? Ah, yes. Ah, of course, in the NATO phonetic alphabet, Bravo is next to Charlie and would also mean hurrah. All right. Lived with Rose. Well, I'm thinking Rose as a past tense verb might be stood, but I don't see how that would be lived. No, come back to that. Al Gore is the MC, repeatedly failing to finish instructions. Well, I'm thinking an algorithm would be instructions within a computer program, having come up with many algorithms in my time. Al Gore. So Al is Al, and then I think the words Gore is the MC. Repeatedly, those four words fail to finish. That is very clever. All right. Some Hector, if I celebrate opening. Well, some can sometimes indicate a hidden clue, and within Hector, if I celebrate, we have an orifice, which would be an opening. Rouses as a snake coiled round head of wombat. Well, I saw rouses and I looked up what we have with the E and I thought of awakens. Definitely the head of wombat is the W, I think. And so a snake is coiled is an anagram of a snake, and that goes around the W. Business listing. Two things enjoyed by Victorian conwomen. That's great. So I think it's a business listing, something and something, but somehow, punningly maybe, things enjoyed. Now, Victorian we saw before, it could be from Victoria in Australia, but I'm wondering if it is maybe some Victorian clothing. I'm wondering about hustle and bustle, just because a Victorian woman would wear a bustle, but if she's a con woman, yeah, so I was thinking it would be an actual business listing, maybe a heading you'd see in the yellow pages. But I think it might be business, and it's not business as in commercial, but just there's a lot of business going on. Now, it could be bustle and hustle, but I think it's hustle and bustle is the right order. Let us try voracious fish, finding something to chew, American by Hebridean Island. I think there's a Hebridean Island of Butte. Is that right? I think voracious is the definition. And we're going to have a fish. I don't know, and then I think we have A for American. Is it by Butte? Fish. Oh, maybe it's a voracious fish. Finding something. What's something to chew? A bit you would chew, right? Yeah, maybe it is a voracious fish, not a piranha, but let me look up voracious fishes. All right, well, there is an island called Butte, but it is not in the Hebrides. It's a little bit closer to the mainland. But of course, the voracious fish is barracuda. Now I'll have barracuda by heart stuck in my head. The Hebridean island is Barra, Something to chew is the could, and then the American is a. All right. That woman embracing excessively rising calm. Well, that woman I'm thinking might be she or her. And embracing something that is rising. Yeah, so it is she, and she's embracing excessively might be too much, T-O-O, and that's rising. And to calm somebody would be to soothe them. I think this must be stood, lived with. I think, yeah, if you lived with, oh yeah, you stand for something, you stood for it, you lived, put up with it. Yeah, I think that's right. All right, mature, years welcoming, Vera and Norm. Well, I can see a word for norm might be the average, and we have Vera that is welcomed by age. I suppose age, implies great age, mature years, so I can see that. Good boy, Warren, cheer up. Good is probably the G, and then boy is lad, and an animal's warren might be its den, and to cheer up, gladden the heart. All right. Sir, I'm wondering if it could be Mr. and Madam I stereotype to an extent. All right, we have another hidden clue. Within Madam I stereotype, we have Mr. All right, reported little hole in key. Well, a little hole like in your shoes where your shoelaces go might be an eyelet, E-Y-E, and that sounds like I-S-L-E-T, which might be geographically a key. Fruitfully, traded shares evaluated initially. So this is the one I was expecting at the start. The initial letters of the first four words spell the FTSE, the stock index in Britain. How some like their screwdrivers tidily arranged. Well, I think that's just a double definition. Neat, I presume the cocktail a screwdriver can be neat. All right, that's everything. Not too bad this week. Better than last week, I think. All right, well, thanks as always for watching, and have a great day.